8 months at sea, my hands raw from cargo lines, my heart tethered to my wife, Sarah, until my phone lit up with her text. "Don't come home, Donald." The words hit like a rogue wave, shattering my world, leaving me staring at the horizon, wondering how the woman I loved could cast me adrift without a word of why. The Atlantic was a restless gray, the cargo ship Iron Mariner creaking under the weight of containers, its deck slick with salt and rain as I leaned against the rail, my oilskin jacket heavy, my blue eyes squinting at the dawn. I, Donald Reese, was 42, a merchant marine, my life a rhythm of long voyages and brief shore leaves, my heart anchored to my wife, Sarah, a marine biologist whose passion for the ocean had once bound us. 8-month hauling freight from Rotterdam to Savannah had tested our marriage, her texts growing sparse, my calls unanswered, but nothing prepared me for the message that arrived as we neared port. "Don't come home." The words broke me. Confusion and heartbreak a storm I couldn't navigate. Our strained bond a map I'd misread. The audience left wondering why she'd pushed me away. Sarah and I had met 12 years ago in Brunswick, Georgia, her laugh bright as we danced at a dockside bar, her hazel eyes catching the sunset, my sailor's tales matching her tales of coral reefs. We married fast, our love a lighthouse, her research grants, my sea routes, our Savannah cottage a haven where we cook shrimp and dream. But my voyages, months-long hauls for Apex shipping and her field work, diving expeditions to Gulf, had stretched us thin. "We're like ships passing," she'd said last year, her voice off, her "I miss you," a plea I'd answer with, "I'll be home soon." But her texts had dwindled, her busy with data a wall, my love you, replies often unread, the audience sensing my unease in the way I gripped my phone, its screen a cold mirror. The ship's mess was dim, the hum of engines a pulse as I sat, my coffee untouched, the crew's chatter fading, Sarah's text a blade in my chest. "Don't come home." No explanation, no call, just 5 words that sank my world. What's happened? My internal monologue churned, confusion a fog, my heart racing. I reread our last exchange. My 2 days to Savannah, can't wait, met with her, okay, searching for clues, finding none. The audience could feel my heart breaking away. I traced the phone's edge, my weathered hands trembling, my hope. Maybe it's a mistake, clashing with dread. She means it. I typed, "Sarah, what's wrong? Talk to me." But the message sat undelivered, her silence a void. Flashbacks grounded the moment, the audience sensed my reflection as I stared at the sea, its waves a mirror to our past. Early days, Sarah's "You're My Home," dawn as we fixed our cottage, her bookshelves beside my nautical charts, our laughter a tide. But cracks had grown, my 6-month stints, her weeks at Sea Labs, our calls cut short by signals or exhaustion. A low point. Last Christmas, her "You're never here" over Skype, my "I'm providing for us a weak defense," her eyes distant. I'd thought we were weathering it, my love for her a compass. But her message now was a storm, her rejection a mystery, my internal monologue a plea. What did I miss? I confided in my bunkmate, Cal, a grizzled engineer, his beard salt-flecked, his eyes kind as we sat in the crew quarters, the ship's sway a rhythm. Sarah texted me not to come home. I said, my voice low, raw, my coffee mug a prop. No reason, just gone. Cal's brow furrowed, his "That's rough," Don. Any fights? A probe? My nothing big, just distance a half-truth. The audience sensing my confusion the way I rubbed my neck, my pain a weight. "Call her people, dig a bit," he said, his advice a spark, my resolve stirring. "I'll find answers, reach her somehow." The ship docked in Savannah. The port's cranes a stark skyline, the audience feeling my turmoil as I stood on deck, my duffel packed, my phone silent. Sarah's text a ghost. I called her sister, Mara, my voice steady, heart pounding. "Mara, Sarah told me not come home. Is she okay?" Her pause was long. She's been off, Don. I'll check vague. Her dodge a clue, my suspicion growing. Something's wrong, bigger than us. I journaled in my bunk, my words raw. She's pushed me out, but why? I need to know. The act was a release, my heartbreak a fire, my hope dim. Maybe she'll call, but my resolve a vow. I'll face this, find the truth. The crew disembarked, the audience sensing my isolation in the way I lingered, my oilskin jacket a shield. The port's bustle a blur. Flashbacks deepen the pain. Sarah's were found last spring, her smile forced, my I love you, a lifeline she let slip. Her work, her dives had consumed her, but I thought it was stress, not a breaking point. What's changed? My internal monologue questioned. My pride as her husband bruised. My love a tether I clung to. The audience would feel the suspense. My pain in the sea's roar. My resolve in the steady beat of my boots. Sarah's message had shattered me, but I, Donald, would chase answers. Her silence a spark that would lead to truth. A lawyer's call looming. A secret I'd soon uncover. Teaser. As the ship's horn fades, a voicemail from an unknown number waits. Sarah's lawyer, his voice urgent, begging me to return, hinting at a truth she's hidden, a storm I'm not ready to face. The Savannah port was a maze of cranes and steel, the Ire Mariner's engine silent, as I sat in a dockside diner. The neon buzz a faint pulse against the rain's patter, my phone glowing with Sarah's text. Don't come home. Donald Reese, was 42, a merchant marine, my 8-month voyage to Chasm that had widened the cracks of my marriage to Sarah, a marine biologist whose love had once been my anchor. Her message, followed hours later by her lawyer's voicemail. Mr. Reese, please return, we need to talk, had shaken me, unearthing suppressed guilt and memories, my internal turmoil a storm of doubt and longing. The dynamics of our relationship a puzzle I reevaluated through sweet and bitter flashbacks, old friends offering clues to her distance, my heart torn between rejecting her decision and unraveling its meaning. The diner's coffee was bitter, my oilskin jacket damp, my blue eyes tracing the phone. Sarah's words a wound I couldn't close. Why, Sarah? What's changed? My internal monologue churned, turmoil a tide, guilt a weight from years at sea. My absence a shadow I justified as duty. I've been away too long. 8 months this time. 6 before, my calls are sparse, her texts cold. My I love you, a rope she'd stopped holding. The lawyer's come home was a jolt, its urgency a riddle, my mind spinning. She pushes me away, then pulls me back. The audience could sense my conflict in the way I gripped the mug, my weathered hands trembling, my hope. Maybe she's hurting, not leaving, clashing with dread. What if she's done? Flashbacks flooded, sweet and sharp, the audience feeling my nostalgia in the diner's hum, my eyes distant. Our first year, 2013, Sarah's laugh as we kayaked the Savannah River, her hazel eyes bright. Her, you're my adventure, Donna vow, our cottage and nest of books and dreams. We'd cook crab, her fingers brushing mine, our talks of reefs and routes of dance. But difficulties crept. My first long haul, her I'll wait brave but strain, her dives pulling her to labs, my sea routes to ports. By year 3, her you're a ghost, Don stung, my I'm providing a weak shield, our love stretched thin. Emotional distance is growing, the audience sensing my guilt in the way I rub my neck, my heart aching. I left her alone too long. I reevaluated our dynamics, my internal monologue of reckoning. Did I push her to this? Sarah's passion for marine ecosystems, her late nights analyzing coral data, had consumed her. My absences a void she'd fill with work, not me. I'd suppress my own pain, missing her birthday, our anniversary calls cut by static, burying guilt under duty, my sailor's pride a mask. Now her don't come home felt like punishment, but the lawyer's plea hinted at something deeper, my doubt a storm. Is she protecting herself or me? I wanted to reject her decision, to fight, but the puzzle, her silence, her shift, demanded patience, my love for her a tether, my fear of losing her a weight. I sought clues, calling old friends, the audience sensing my desperation in the diner's booth, my phone a lifeline. I reached Tom, a Brunswick bartender who'd known Sarah since college, his voice warm but cautious. She's been off, Don, he said, his quiet, stressed, at the bar alone, a red flag. Her usual spark dim. Heard her mention funding cuts. Some family stuff, he added, his vagueness a spark, my suspicion growing. Family stuff? What's she hiding? I called Rachel, her old dive partner. Sarah's been distant. Even with us, a clue, her mention of Sarah's tough calls lately, a hint of pressure I hadn't seen. The audience could feel my unease in the way I jotted notes, my pen shaky, my internal monologue a churn. She's carrying something alone. A family secret surface, Tom's words echoing. Family stuff? Flashbacks sharpened the clue. Sarah's rare mentions of her mother. A recluse who cut ties. She's not worth knowing a wall I hadn't pushed. Last year, a cryptic call from her aunt. Sarah needs you ignored. I'm at sea at Dodge. My guilt now ablaid. I should have asked. Her message, her lawyer's call, felt tied to the shadow, my doubt spinning. Is she running from her past or ours? The audience could sense my conflict in the diner's flicker, my eyes wet, my heart torn. Fight for her or accept her distance. I wanted her back, our cottage, our love, but her choice was a lock I couldn't pick, my resolve a vow. I'll find the truth, not force her. The lawyer's voicemail replayed, it's urgent, Mr. Reese, a puzzle piece, my turmoil afire, my guilt await. I was gone, but I loved her. Flashbacks deepened the pain. Our last shore leave, you're here, but not really as I check ship schedules, I'm trying weak, her eyes distant. I thought we'd endure, my sea life a sacrifice, her work a shared dream, but her message was awake, my internal monologue a plea. What broke you, Sarah? I journaled, my words raw. She's pushed me out, but I'm not done. I need to know why. The act was a release, my hope dim, maybe she'll explain, but my resolve a blade. I'll face her, unravel this. The diner clock ticked, the audience feeling my tension, the reins fade. The way I stood, my duffel heavy, the lawyer's call a beacon-eyed answer. Friends' clues, Sarah's stress, her family shadow, were threads and a knot. Her don't come home, a cry I'd decode. The lawyer's come home, a contradiction I'd chase. Donald, was shaken, my love a fire, my guilt a spark, my resolve a vow to seek answers, not force her heart, her distant a puzzle that would lead to a secret, a truth I'd face in hours, whatever it cost. Teaser. As I bore a bus to Savannah, a call from Sarah's aunt reveals a family secret that shifts my view of her pain, but the lawyer's next message hints at a choice she's made, one I'm not ready to hear. The Savannah dusk was a heavy veil, the city's oak-lined streets draped in Spanish moss as I sat on a bench in Forsyth Park, my oilskin jacket folded beside me, my blue eyes tracing the fountain's mist, my phone's silence in Sarah's text, "Don't come home," and her lawyer's cryptic voicemail begging me to return. Donald Reese, was 42, a merchant marine whose 8-month voyage had strained my marriage to Sarah, a marine biologist whose distance I couldn't fathom. A family friend's revelation about Sarah's hidden psychological struggles, coupled with clues from her past, cracked open my understanding. Her suppressed pain a burden she carried alone, my guilt and love a tangle, my dilemma. Help her or stay away, a puzzle that reframed our marriage. My inner growth a quiet awakening. The audience left wondering what I'd choose. I'd arrived in Savannah that morning. The bus in the port a blur, my duffel heavy, my heart heavier. Sarah's message a wound, the lawyer's pleas return a riddle. I called her sister, Mara, again, Sarah's at the cottage. But she's not talking, a dead end, my resolve to dig deeper a vow. The breakthrough came unexpectedly. The audience sensed my shock as I met Ellen, an old family friend, at a cafe near the river, her silver hair tied back, her librarian's eyes soft but heavy. Ellen had known Sarah's family for decades, her cottage a haven for Sarah's childhood summers. "There's something you need to know, Donald," she said, her voice low, her hand sliding a small notebook across the table. Its pages yellowed. Sarah's handwriting faint, the audience feeling my tension in the way I froze, my breath shallow. Ellen's revelation was a quake, the audience sensing my heart crack as she spoke, her words careful. "Sarah had a breakdown in your first year. 2013. She hid it. Depression, panic attacks, tied to her mother's abandonment. She wrote it here, didn't tell you. I opened the diary, my hands trembling. Sarah's words a ghost. Don feels so far, even here. I'm drowning, but I can't let him see. Ellen's voice softened. She thought strength was silence. A key, my internal monologue a storm. She was breaking, and I didn't know? The secret. Sarah's psychological struggles, her emotional isolation. Recast her cheer as a mask, her distant a shield, my guilt a blade. I was at sea, blind. Flashbacks flooded, the audience feeling my reflection as I traced the diary's ink. The cafe some fading. Our early years, Sarah's bright. I'm fine when I dock. Her hugs tight but brief. Her late-night pacing I dismissed as work stress. A moment in 2014, her just tired. Dawn, after a missed call, my get some rest. A dodge, her eyes shadowed. My sea routes a wall. She was fighting alone, I thought. My absence a weight she carried. Her pain suppressed, accumulating into the don't come home I'd read. The audience could sense my sorrow in the way I closed the diary. My eyes wet, my love for her afire, my anger at myself a spark. Why didn't I see her? Ellen's clues deepen the truth. Sarah's mother left when she was 10. No note, no return. A wound I'd underestimated. She's gone a wall I hadn't breached. Her funding cuts this year. Her dives failing hit hard. Ellen added, she's been alone. Don, even with you a mirror, my internal monologue a reckoning. Her strength was a lie, her distance a cry. Friends' hints, Tom she stressed alone. Rachel's tough calls, aligned, Sarah's burdens, her past, her work, our marriage, a silent storm, her text a breaking point. The lawyer's call a plea I didn't yet grasp. The dilemma gripped me, the audience sensing my conflict as I walked the park. The fountains mist cool, my heart torn. Should I help her or stay away to spare her pain? I wanted to rush to the cottage, hold her, fix us. But her message, her silence, suggested my presence might wound, my love a risk. She hid this to protect herself. I thought, my growth a shift. I'd been a sailor, absent, assuming her strength, but now I saw her fragility, my role in her isolation. The audience could feel my resolve in the way I sat, my journal open, my words raw. She's been fighting alone. I can't force her, but I can't abandon her. My perspective on our marriage shifted. You're never here. Now a plea, not blame. My guilt a fuel, my love a vow. Past problems took new shape. The audience sensing my clarity in the park's dusk. The way I traced the diary's cover. Sarah's pain a lens. Our fights, you're a ghost. Were her reaching, I'm providing a miss. Our emotional distance a dance I'd misstepped. I'd thought her strong. Her work her joy. But she'd been masking. Her isolation a choice I'd enabled. I didn't ask enough. My internal monologue mourned, my growth a spark. I'd listen now, see her, whether together or apart. I texted Ellen, my voice raw in my mind. Thank you. I understand her better now. Her reply, be gentle, Dawn, was a guide, my resolve a blade. I'll face her truth, not force mine. The park stilled, the audience feeling my turmoil in the fading light. The way I stood, my duffel packed, the lawyer's voicemail a beacon. Sarah struggles, her mother's shadow, her work's toll, were burdens I hadn't shared. Her don't come home, a cry I'd decode. The lawyer's come home, a call I'd answer. Donald, was growing, my love a fire, my guilt a spark, my dilemma a vow. Help her or let her heal, but know her first. The audience could sense the suspense, my pain in the fountain's mist, my resolve in the steady beat of my boots, a family secret a spark that would lead to her truth, a choice I'd face soon, whatever it revealed. Teaser. As I approached the cottage, a letter from Sarah's mother, found by Mara, unveils a betrayal that fueled her pain, but the lawyer's urgent call hints at a crisis she's hiding, a truth that could change my choice. The savannah night was a soft shroud. The cicadas hum weaving through the live oaks as I stood outside our cottage, its white clapboard glowing under moon. The The windows dark. Sarah's presence a ghost within. Donald Reese, was 42, a merchant marine whose 8-month voyage had unraveled my marriage, Sarah's text, "Don't come home," and her lawyer's plea to return a storm that cracked open her hidden traumas, a breakdown in our early years, her mother's abandonment, her suppressed pain a silent burden. Ellen's revelation, her diary's words, had shifted my view, forcing me to confront my emotional conflicts, guilt, love, and self-worth. My decision to forgive Sarah, to understand her, a struggle between saving us or forging a new path, my inner growth of fire, my resolve to make peace with her while guarding my heart a vow that anchored me. The audience left wondering how I'd balance empathy and freedom. I'd spent the day in Savannah, the audience sensing my turmoil as I walked the riverfront, my oilskin jacket slung over my shoulder, my blue eyes tracing the water, Sarah's diary in my duffel await. Her words, "I'm drowning, but I can't let him see," had unveiled her psychological struggles. Her cheerful mass of lie, I believe, my absence at sea of void she filled with silence. I failed her, my internal monologue mourned, Gilda Blade, but her "don't come home" and the lawyer's "please return" were a puzzle, her distance a cry I now saw as pain, not rejection. Flashback stung. Her "you're my home," dawn our first year, her laughter now a ghost, her "you're never here," last year a plea I'd missed, my "I'm trying" blind to her battle. Understanding Sarah's past brought pain and compassion, the audience feeling my shift as I sat in a cafe, Ellen's words echoing. She thought strength was silence. Her mother's abandonment at 10, her funding cuts, her dives failing, burdens she carried alone, her emotional isolation, a wall I'd mistaken for resilience. She was breaking, and I sailed away. I thought, my heart aching, my love for her afire, my compassion a spark. She didn't push me away to hurt me, but to survive. Yet her current distance, her text, her silence, stirred doubt, my internal monologue a churn. Is she protecting herself, or done with us? The lawyer's voicemail, his "it's urgent, Mr. Reese," hinted at crisis, my empathy growing, but my self-worth a boundary. I can't lose myself to save her. The decision loomed, the audience sensing my conflict as I stood by the cottage, the porch light off, my hands trembling. Do I fight for us or let her go? I wanted to give our marriage a chance, to hold her through her pain, but her choice to shut me out, her burdens, demanded I prioritize my emotional health. I've been gone, but I'm not nothing, I thought, my growth awakening. I've forgiven her silence, her text, not as weakness, but as strength to see her truth, her trauma, her fight. Flashbacks reframed our marriage, her "I'm fine" a mask, my "I love you" a rope she couldn't grasp, our distance a dance of two wounded souls. I understand her now, my internal monologue vowed, but I need me too. Clues from friends deepen my clarity. The audience feeling my resolve as I recalled Rachel's, she's been distant, even with us. Tom's family stuff. Ellen's diary a map to Sarah's pain. I'd call Mara again, her, Sarah's struggling, Don, but she won't say why confirmation. Her mention of Sarah's sleepless nights a clue, my compassion swelling. She's fighting a war I didn't see. Yet, her lawyer's call suggested a choice. Her "don't come home" a shield, his plea a crack, my dilemma sharp. Help her or let her heal alone. I journaled, my words raw. I forgive her, but I can't carry her pain alone. I need to stand for me. The act was a release, my guilt fading, my love of fire tempered by self-respect. The confrontation with my conflicts was internal, the audience sensing my growth as I leaned against a cottage fence, the night cool, my heart steady. I'd suppressed my own pain, missing her, our life, blaming myself for sailing, burying under duty. But now I faced it. My empathy for Sarah Mirror, we both hid, but we can choose now. I didn't hate her, didn't want revenge. My forgiveness a gift, not surrender. My internal monologue a vow. I'll try to reach her, but not at my cost. Her past, her mother's betrayal, her breakdown, explained her text, her distance, but my worth was mine, my growth a spark. I'm enough, with or without her. I stood, the audience feeling my decision as I stared at the cottage. Its silence question. I'd make peace with Sarah, offer understanding, but guard my heart. My emotional held a boundary I'd hold. If she wants me, we'll rebuild, but I'm whole alone. I thought, my love a fire, my self-worth a stone. Flashbacks faded. Her, you're my adventure, a memory. Her, don't come home, a cry, not a wall. My, I'm here, a vow I keep differently. I texted Lena, my sister, my voice raw in my mind. I get Sarah's pain now. I'll try, but I'm protecting me too. Her reply, you're strong, Don, was a spark my journal testament. I choose peace for her, for me. The night deepened. The audience sensed my resolve in the moon's glow. The way I shouldered my duffel, the lawyer's call a step I'd take. Sarah's traumas, her burdens, were truths I'd carry. Her distant a pain I'd meet with empathy, not force. I, Donald, was changing, my love of fire, my growth a spark, my decision a vow. Peace with her, but freedom for me, a balance I'd forge, a truth I'd face with her lawyer, whatever it revealed. Teaser. As I knock on the cottage door, a note from Sarah, found by her lawyer, reveals a choice she made in my absence, but his plea hides a crisis that could shift my path, a secret I'll uncover tomorrow. The Savannah morning was a gentle bloom, the October sun filtering through the live oaks, their moss swaying as I stood on the porch of a rented apartment. A small space with a river view, my hands hanging a nautical chart, its lines a map of my past and promise of my future. I, Donald Reese, was 42, a merchant marine whose 8-month voyage had unraveled my marriage to Sarah, her text, don't come home, and her lawyer's plea to return revealing her hidden traumas. A breakdown, her mother's abandonment, a suppressed pain she'd borne alone. Understanding her, forgiving her, and accepting her choice had forged my inner transformation, my journey of acceptance and peace a healing fire, my focus on rebuilding my life to triumph. The audience witnessing my growth as I found strength to start anew, my love for Sarah a quiet tide, my heart anchored within. The lawyers' meeting came a day after I stood outside our cottage, Sarah's note, found by her sister, Mara, revealing she'd faced her mother's return, a confrontation that had shattered her, her text a shield to spare me her chaos. The lawyer, a weary man named Hayes, met me at a coffee shop, his briefcase heavy, his voice low. Sarah's in counseling, Donald, he said, she wants space, but regrets pushing you out, a plea, her petition not divorce, but time, her come home, a hope, not a demand. I nodded, my blue eyes steady, my oilskin jacket folded, my internal monologue clear. She's healing, but so am I. The audience could sense my calm in the way I sipped my coffee, my weathered hand still, my heart torn but whole, my forgiveness a gift, not surrender. I'd process the events as lessons, the audience feeling my transformation the way I'd walk the riverfront after, the Savannah River a mirror to my growth. Sarah's don't come home had broken me, but her pain, her breakdown, her mother's betrayal, her work's collapse, had taught me to see her, not judge her. I was gone, but I wasn't the cause, I thought, my guilt fading, my compassion a spark. She fought alone, and I'll honor that. Flashbacks grounded my journey. Her, you're my adventure in our early days. Her, you're never here a cry I'd miss my, I love you, vow I keep differently. Accepting her decision, space, not us, was my healing, my internal monologue of vow. I forgive her, not for her, for me. The changes strengthened me. The audience sensed my resolve as I moved into the apartment. Its bare walls a canvas. Charts, books, a fern from Ellen, our family friend, thriving in the light. I reconnected with my sister, Lena. Her, you're standing tall. Don, a bomb. Our dinner's a haven. Her nurse's bluntness a spark. I joined a sailing club, my hands on ropes again. Not for freight, but joy. The members, you're a natural. Don gnawed. My learning to be honest. The audience feeling my pride in the salt air, my laugh free. Therapy with Dr. Cole, a steady guide. Frame my growth, her what's Donald's anchor. Answer with my heart, my choices, not her pain. My emotional held a boundary I'd hold, my strength a fire. I'd interject Sarah, the audience sensing my empathy in the way I texted her. My words careful, I'm here, Sarah. When you're ready, take your time. Her reply, thank you, Don, was brief, her counseling a step, her distant a choice I respected, my love a tide, not a chain. I met Mara, she's trying, Don. But it's slow a truth, my I'll wait, but I'm living a balance. The audience feeling my dignity in the cafe's hum. My eyes calm, my devotion tempered by self-worth. I love her, but I'm enough. I thought my forgiveness a strength, my peace a spark, her pain a lesson, not my burden. Rebuilding my life was my triumph. The audience sense of my purpose as I returned to Apex shipping. My captain's not a trust, I'm ready for shorter routes, a choice, my work a rhythm, not a weight. I volunteered at a coastal cleanup, my hands in sand, Sarah's passion for reefs and nod. The teams, you know your stuff, a grin, my learn from the best, a truth, my pride internal, my internal monologue steady. I'm building me, not proving them. Lena's, you're glowing, Don at a pier bar, my feels right, a vow, my journal raw. I'm free, not from her, but from me. The emotional weight lingered, the audience sense of my reflection as I hung the chart. Its lines my past, Sarah's pain a scar, not a chain. Questions remained, her recovery, our future, but they didn't own me. My peace a compass, my friends, my work, my heart a foundation. Flashbacks faded, her don't come home a cry, my I'm here a vow kept. The lawyers call spark, not my story. I confided in Cal, my bunkmate, his your solid, Don gnawed, my getting their truth, my journal release. I've grown, not for her, for me. Closing reflection. I sat on the apartment's balcony. The Savannah River silver below, the chart framed inside, its lines a promise I'd sail my way. Sarah's text had shattered me. Her pain had taught me. But I'd rebuilt, not for revenge, but for peace, mine quiet, true. The pain was a forge, shaping a man who needed no one's call to stand tall. My life a sea I'd navigate with love, strength, freedom. I'd faced her shadows and found my light, a lesson for anyone listening. When they push you away, hold your truth, heal for yourself, let your heart bloom. Donald, was whole, my heart an anchor, my life a voyage, the cottage a spark that lit a fire, its glow a beacon that would never fade. My future horizon I'd chase, alone or not, with peace.